Well, hi everybody. Welcome to the Trillionaire Mindset. We've got a bit of an unconventional start here because we are unfortunately waiting for Ben. He's stuck in traffic somewhere on the 405, I think. But we have a special guest today, and I know he's only got a little bit of time, so we're just gonna go ahead and get started without Ben. I hate to do this because I'm sure he would be thrilled to talk to this man. We've got Jeff Bezos here to he has a new project he wants to promote, and he wants to do a Trillionaire Mindset exclusive. So here we are. Jeff, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here on your show. I understand that you've got very limited time available, but so do I. And I just thought it would be great to come out and promote the new project that I'm working on.
Hey, sure. We're happy to have you.
Thank you so much. Your name again, remind me, please?
I'm Emil.
Are you a Prime subscriber?
My brother is.
Okay.
So kind of.
Does that mean that you share password?
Look, Jeff, let's not get into all that.
Because that would be all right. I just wanted to thank you. But in this case, I'd like to extend my thanks to your brother for being a Prime subscriber.
I'll pass it along.
I tip my hat to him. In fact, I'm just going to leave my cowboy hat off because we are indoors after all.
Sure.
I'm not without my manners.
Sure.
Some people think that I'm quite rude, but it's actually the opposite.
Who thinks that?
I don't know. Some of my critics on the internet would assert that I'm some sort of evil man because of my large amounts of wealth. But it's to the contrary. I'm actually quite charitable. For example, the other day, I was stopped at a red light in the back of my Chevy Suburban. Sure. I was being driven to the airport, and a homeless man came up and knocked on the window, and I just said, no, thank you.
Sure, I guess that is polite. I wouldn't go as far as charitable, though,
well,
Jeff.
I did give him $1.
Okay.
It's the least I could do.
Truly the least you could do.
Yes. I was surprised that I had $1. But I did give it to him.
Is it mostly big bills for you?
Yes.
Right.
Anyway, so the reason that I'm here...
You're here to promote a project.
Yes.
I'm very excited about it. I want to hear it.
Yes. So, ever since I left the CEO position at Amazon.com, I've been focusing, as you might be aware, on my space exploration company, Blue Origin.
I've heard.
Yes. And it's been very successful.
Well...
But
some would say kind of so.
Really?
You've only went to half space, almost space.
True, but there was still low gravity, which
True.
to me counts as
True.
space. But anyway.
You're an interesting guy, Jeff.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's been a long career for me, and this is what I'm hoping will be the pinnacle of said career.
Oh, your new project.
My new project,
Sure.
Yes. So I've prepared some slides here to walk you through what my vision is, because it's quite a larger picture. You see, with Amazon.com, we were able to bring people products that they love at an affordable price. And
No, go ahead, Jeff.
I just got something in my
Jeff's
throat.
got something caught in his throat. Just give him one
At an
second.
affordable... Amazon enables people to get their products that they love at an affordable price and lickety-split.
Lickety-split.
With Prime subscribers, obviously, they get 2-day shipping free or 1-day shipping free. And I believe that this has greatly benefited humanity so far. And Amazon Prime Video definitely brings people entertainment.
Yeah, sure. Can't wait for that new Lord of the Rings.
It's the most expensive television show ever produced.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hope that pays off for you.
Me too.
You really are changing the world, Jeff.
I like to think so. But
where were we before we could get toothpaste in a day?
Well, you would have to leave your home and you would have to drive to the store.
Yeah.
Which some might say is a bit of an unpleasant experience.
Right, coming into contact with other people.
Yes. But, so most people don't know, or rather, most people praise me for having a long-term goal. For example, in 2001, at the height of the dot-com bubble bursting, Amazon.com shares had fallen 85%.
Wow.
But we didn't falter, and we focused on the long-term goal of getting more subscribers and just being an awesome company.
Don't sleep on
Customer
Jeff.
service first. So now, but the goal was to always make enough money to be able to bring peace and unity to all of mankind.
Always, since day one.
Always, yes.
When you were like, I want to sell books online,
Yes.
it was just the means to the...
To a bigger thing.
Okay.
Because I love my fellow man. And everybody always says, Jeff, you could solve world hunger. You could solve homelessness. Correct. But my goal is bigger than that. Because you can solve homelessness and hunger, but you still have war. And my goal is to create the Jeff Bezos Moon Shrine to unite humanity. And that has been my sole focus, not only during my final twilight years at Amazon.com, but now with Blue Origin and my immense wealth, I have a plan to unite humanity with this moon shrine.
You're going to unite humanity with a moon. Is this some kind of shrine on the moon?
This is exactly what it sounds like. Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. You're very smart, Emil. Are you sure you wouldn't rather be an engineer or something at Amazon?
Oh, I think I'm okay here.
Well, shoot. Looks like we missed out on some prime talent with you.
Really good, Jeff.
Thank you. Anyway, so I'd like to walk you through my plan here. So I've prepared this. It's a brief slideshow. There's only about 5 slides.
Now, did you make this, or did you have some kind of lackey over it?
Oh, I had one of my employees make it for me.
You keep almost slipping when you say employees.
No, I don't think that's accurate.
Okay.
But let's please look at the first slide.
Let's see what we got here.
Here are the blueprints for the shrine. As you can see, that's the moon. And then we've got
Oh my God.
the shrine with some horns because I'm very into animals. And I believe animals are just as much a part of humanity as humans.
They're a
Because
part of humanity.
it is a symbiotic environmental relationship that we all have together.
Okay.
And even though the animals will not have the level of consciousness necessary to understand what's going on, they will be a part of this unification of humanity. So you can see the A on top of the shrine, stands for Amazon.com. Yes. Yes. And then...
So is this an ad?
No.
Okay.
No. But so we've got our shrine, and it's within a glass dome. And at the entrance of the glass dome is a decompression chamber. Because I am going to be setting foot on the moon.
Okay.
Right? And... obviously, I'm going to have to remove my spacesuit for what comes next.
Why? What comes next? It
Well,
seems like it's
first, I want to walk you through the rocket. So there's the rocket. which
Wait.
is
Can we
very
go back
simple.
just for our
Yes.
audio listeners? You have a almost like a pyramid with horns coming out, some kind of pagan star, maybe. And I don't know. Jeff has also just put arrows
I just
to
like
something
stars.
that says.
So
And
there's
then-
no ulterior motives.
But what is the yeah?
The yeah? Well, that's the part of the symbol for the Amazon.com logo.
Okay.
It's called the yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, the
Okay,
next slide,
next
please.
slide.
This is the rocket, the tip of which carries the pod for me and the payload. Please, next slide, please. The pod, as you can see, will contain only myself and my sex robot.
You have a sex robot?
Yes. You'll understand in a moment. So,
Okay.
as you can see, the robot is next to me and has killer lips, big, full lips.
Yeah, it's kind of off-putting.
Yeah, well, I would agree, but I've become quite accustomed to it because I've been working with my robotics department to develop this robot for the last decade.
Strictly for fucking.
Yeah, it's cost me about $20 billion.
$20 billion on just a robot you could fuck.
It takes you can't fuck it yet, but you can fuck its mouth. Anyway, so I'll be going up in the pod with my sex robot. Please, next slide, please. And now for the ritual. So you're familiar with all the different types of nuts, right?
Like
And I'm not,
cashews,
no,
peanuts.
no, no. Good guess. No, I'm talking about, your first time masturbating. That's a special kind of nut. That's the origin nut.
Oh, coming. You're talking about coming.
Yes.
Jeff.
Hell yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not going to bore you with the details, as I'm sure your audience is familiar with all the various types of nuts.
Trust me, our audience
Yeah.
is very familiar.
So what's going to happen is I'm going to nut on the moon in front of the whole world.
Okay.
I call it the angel's nut.
Okay.
The angel's nut, because I'm a man of considerable wealth, I no longer pull out the nut myself, so to speak.
What do you mean?
I no longer
You can't come?
well, I don't do it myself, because why would I? When I could have a robot or my wife or any number of my employees.
Man, people just don't want to work anymore.
Well, that's debatable. But anyway, the ritual will be that the robot will get down. As you can see, the robot will be on its knees,
can I
assuming
be
the
honest with you,
position.
Jeff?
What?
I wish there wasn't graphic displays of it, but
Well,
thank you for bringing them.
the image is meant to help paint a mental image of what's going to happen
Sure.
and how it's going to unite humanity. When I engage in the angel's nut,
Okay.
all of humanity, it will be broadcast, as you can see on the next slide. It will be broadcast worldwide for everyone to see. And my reasoning behind it is because, listen, pleasure is the ultimate human experience. Would you agree?
No. Well, yeah, sure.
Thank you. I would agree.
You're scaring me a little bit, so I don't want to
Don't
upset
be
you.
frightened. There's nothing to be afraid of. But I believe that engaging in the most pleasurable experience in front of all of humanity at the hands of the most expensive sex robot, at the mouth, I should say, of the most expensive sex robot.
You're not even going to have the vagina ready for this thing?
There is no vagina. There's just a mouth.
Is it because it's kind of a genderless...
It's because the robot has to spit.
Okay, yeah, maybe you can hang on. Okay, so it's going to be a sucking thing.
Yes, there's going to be a hot plate.
A hot plate?
A hot plate,
All right,
yes.
so just to recap here, you're going to fly to the moon. You're going to land on the moon.
Yes.
And you're going to enter into your domed shrine.
Yes.
And take off your spacesuit.
Correct.
And you're going to have a sex robot with you this whole time.
Yes.
More of a blowjob robot, if you ask me.
Hell yes.
And then what happens? You're laying down in front of the shrine?
Yes, I'll be assuming the position, again, for all the world to see.
Sure.
And the angel's nut will make everyone say, wow, if that's possible, what else can we do here on Earth? Do you understand?
Not really, but...
That is upsetting.
Oh, that was the end of it.
Pretty much.
Jeff,
Yes?
you think you're going to inspire billions of people by going to get sucked off on the moon by a robot?
Do you have any better suggestions?
Invest in Earth.
This is an investment in Earth. Everyone will be witnessing it. It's the most beautiful experience a human being can have. And for all the world to see at once, they'll all be united at once.
So why does the robot have to suck? Why can't you fuck?
Because that's so expensive. Do you have any idea the costs associated with creating sex parts on a robot?
I figured 20 billion could buy you a robussy.
Well, you don't really know much about robotics or the finance system. I'm surprised they even let you have this show. Well, I guess that's it. That's my whole
Jeff.
presentation. I've got to go.
Look,
I've got to go on to many other shows.
Jeff, I don't want to be a naysayer.
Okay.
I just don't know if this is going to have the effect that you think it is.
Well, they doubted me when we
True.
when we first launched Prime. They said, "Who is going to pay $120 per year for 2-day shipping?" And I said, "Just you watch."
Hey, you might be right. You came to me in like 1995 and said, "I'm going to sell books on the internet." I said, "Buddy, hit the bricks."
They also said the same thing about that hit show we had, Stinky Baby.
That is true. Were you involved in greenlighting Stinky Baby?
Hell yes. Hell yes. Stinky Baby is one of our best media properties. I hear the horn.
Yeah, I think your Suburban might be.
They're honking the horn for me. So,
Well, well, Jeff.
yes?
I want to thank you for coming by and giving us this exclusive.
Namaste to you
And
to your co-host, your absent co-host.
I really wish he could have been here. I know he would have had some questions for you.
Please send him my regards.
And look, I know I said I'm not the biggest believer, but I hope it goes over like gangbusters.
Thank you. Well, that's not the only type of busting that will be taking place. That I can assure you. Anyway, I really appreciate your time. And once again, I thank you for being a Prime subscriber.
My brother.
Oh, your brother. Right. Correct. Anyway, thank you for listening to my presentation. And be sure to tune in exactly 1 month when I'll be launching to the full moon.
You know I'll be watching you get sucked off.
Okay.
I'll tell you one thing. I won't be able to turn away, but I don't know if it's going to inspire me. But I'll be watching.
I think that you'll be surprised.
Apple shares are just getting hammered this morning. Every day they're pounding it. I'm not fucking leaving.
Hello, everyone. We want to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Credit Karma. Are you earning credit card rewards? Credit Karma can help you compare your rewards options so you can find a card that fits your lifestyle, helping you earn miles or cash back for spending you're going to do anyway.
Credit Karma uses your credit profile to show you offers that are tailored to your financial situation. Credit Karma partners with a wide range of card issuers so you can be sure that you are exploring all sorts of options.
Best of all, Credit Karma uses your credit data to show you your chances of approval before you even apply, helping you apply with more confidence. Comparing cards on Credit Karma is 100% free, and it won't affect your credit scores. Did you hear that, people? It won't affect your credit scores. Credit Karma. Create your own karma.
Ready to find the card for you? Head to Credit Karma and check out your personalized mix of offers today. Go to creditkarma.com or the Credit Karma app to find the card for you. That's creditkarma.com.
Oh, man, I'm late. Did I miss
Ben, wait till I tell you what just happened.
What did I miss?
Jeff Bezos stopped by.
Really? Wait, that was today?
Yeah.
Fuck, all days. Of all the days that I had to get my car washed.
Why'd you get your car washed
Because it was
today?
so dirty. And then also I got stuck in the traffic on the 405.
Okay, so he said he had this new project.
Wow, he was on for 16 minutes talking about that?
Is that all?
That's wow.
It felt like
He left his cowboy hat behind.
it felt like maybe we did a couple hours.
Yeah?
Buddy, you'll just have to watch the interview.
I guess so.
He's got quite the new project coming out.
I was going to thank him for allowing me to be a Prime subscriber.
Oh, hey, he would have thanked you. I'll tell you what, he does love his Prime subscribers.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, he sure does.
It's good to have you, pal. He was really giving me the creeps.
Thanks. He gives me the creeps sometimes, too. Hi, Glenn. Please check out the disclaimer in the description box. You got to click see more and read the disclaimer.
Should we come clean and tell them that we have found out that the after hours will not be a Glenn free zone?
Oh, yeah, but that's fine. It's still in essence a Glenn free zone.
In essence, it's a Glenn free zone.
Because we're not talking about like stocks very much, if at all.
Sometimes we are.
Yeah, sometimes we are.
And if we do, it's going to get Glencered.
That's funny.
No, I don't. I stole that from Alex.
You did?
Did you see the cut he put?
Oh, yeah.
When you
right.
did the thing, he put Glencered.
Hey, so I'd like to apologize to everybody for that. It didn't go how I thought it would go.
Why?
Because I thought it would be way funnier than that. I really did. And the whole time I'm like, this is so fucking stupid. This is so dumb. You were laughing, I guess. You were probably more laughing at the bald cap than anything.
It was We'll see. Maybe people will like it.
Yeah.
Hey, Ben, you had an idea and you
Sometimes
followed
gotta
through
try
on it.
Yeah.
You know, failure makes us stronger.
Yeah. I just feel a little humiliated, but whatever. It wouldn't be the first time.
That's why when Jeff Bezos was saying that pleasure is the ultimate human experience,
Yeah.
I would argue struggle.
Ooh, yeah.
And, if it doesn't go over well, we'll get them next time.
Thanks, pal. I appreciate that.
Imagine our subscriber numbers just absolutely plummet. They're like,
Yeah.
nah, fuck this.
Well, speaking of subscribing, please subscribe if you haven't. And
Yeah,
if you
we're
are,
about-
please don't leave.
We're about halfway to Funky Town.
Yeah.
Oh, no one's leaving when there's a kiss on the line.
No, yeah, we got to don't forget. Yeah, we get to 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's going to be kiss time. And then also 100,000 we get our nudie calendar, which would involve a camera. We were also on
nudie camera.
Yeah.
Does this camera do nudies?
we were also on Brooke and Connor's podcast yesterday.
Oh, you gotta go check out that.
Go check that out. It was very fun. And yeah, go on to tmgstudios.tv and sign up if you want to subscribe and get that sweet
This will be
bonus
our
content.
second week
Yeah.
of after hours
Yes.
content. We could do whatever we want. There's a very fun intro, whole different vibe.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to check it out.
And remember to comment, like, subscribe, all that shit, all that garbage. Follow us
Rate
on
5 stars.
Yeah.
Comment nice stuff.
Follow
only.
us on social medias. Boy, you want to get right into the first topic we got there about
Yeah.
climate scientists
This
setting
was,
themselves on fire?
I asked if we could put it in because
It's important.
it was just weird to watch. So a climate activist, Win Bruce, set himself on fire. I think it was over the weekend in front of the Supreme Court
Yeah.
in protest of the climate catastrophe coming.
And the government's ineptitude and unwillingness to
Inaction.
Thank you.
It was rough to watch because a lot of the headlines didn't even kind of name climate as a cause. Some just said someone set himself on fire. Some just said, some talked about mental illness, and I don't think it was that. The guy seems like a very cool guy. He's a Buddhist, and I was reading other Buddhists talk about him, and there's a thing about, when you do this type of protest, when you set yourself on fire, it's because it means like you are trying to convey the ultimate message. It's something that you think is of the utmost importance. And so I urge people to at least read about the guy, Win Bruce. It happened, there was another guy, I'm blanking on his name, I think, David Buckell in Prospect Park, 2018.
Also
in
set
Brooklyn.
himself on fire?
Yep, same thing.
Jesus.
He's a
Christ,
lawyer.
man. For climate change, he did this?
Yeah. He said he covered himself in gas.
That tracks. That makes sense. That's quite the protest move.
Yeah, but it's tragic. We talk about it a lot on here. I wanted to make sure people at least, read into it, see, look, this is coming. I mean, everyone who's under, 50, it's like something we just have to constantly live with, this fear of this.
That climate changing, man.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Did you ever see First Reformed?
No.
Oh.
What is that?
It's a Paul Schrader movie. It came out. Ethan Hawke is in it. Everyone should go watch it. It's about climate change, kind of.
Huh.
But also, there's another thing. If you feel very helpless, check out Scientist Rebellion. It's a bunch of scientists who, for decades, everyone's telling us trust the scientists, trust the science, and they have started a new collective of they're doing more aggressive approaches to protest. They were the ones who handcuffed to themselves to the Chase Bank.
Those guys.
Chase offices in downtown LA. Good place to donate or support.
Those scientists, they need the money.
We need to fucking do whatever we can.
They got to buy gas to get to the protests. Gas is expensive. You got to get to the protests somehow.
I'm sure they're riding their bikes or something.
Probably. You're exactly right. Yeah. They're pocket mulching. Do you remember that episode of The Simpsons where Lisa falls in love with a hippie protester?
No.
He goes, "You mean you don't pocket mulch?" And
What's
cut
that?
to a close-up of him with like mulch and trash in his pocket. Because he's just that dedicated. He's like a level 5
But
hippie.
what would the pocket mulch do?
I don't know. He's just, you got to mulch everywhere you can, I guess.
Oh, he's throwing the mulch out.
I guess. I don't know what he's doing with it. Anyway. Speaking of The Simpsons, Joe Biden's got waning youth support. It lends itself to this.
The climate crisis it's funny background noise for people freaking out about the youth support for Joe Biden plummeting.
Yeah. I wonder why. I wonder if it's because everyone in politics is over the age of like 60 and therefore they're not going to be dealing with the kinds of policies that they're enacting and putting in place now. In 20 years, they're not going to be dealing. Maybe if they live to be 80 or 100.
I love the CNN article. Joe Biden's numbers are collapsing among a group you really wouldn't expect.
Really?
I wouldn't expect young people's to not be supporting.
Well, maybe it's from young people on the left. Is that what it is?
No. Young Americans have turned on Joe Biden. That's the shocking finding of a Gallup analysis of its polling over the breadth of Biden's term released this week. In the early days of Biden's presidency, an average of 6 in 10 adult members of Generation Z, those born between 1997 and 2004, approved the job Biden was doing. During the period spanning September 2021 to March 2022, that number had plummeted to an average of just 39%.
Oh, babu. I wonder why. Does it say at the bottom? What does it say at the bottom? Very, very bottom.
They're just trying to figure it out.
What explains Biden's precipitous drop-off among young Americans? It's hard to pinpoint any one reason, but there's one reason: the delta between what young people expected out of the Biden presidency, particularly when it came to dealing with COVID-19, and what they got is substantial. Yeah, well...
I think Joe Biden and the Democrats thought their job was like, let's just return to normal after this whole Trump mess. I think that's not enough for people.
Yeah.
It's kind of the whole reason in 2016 that Hillary had so much trouble. They were like, the whole campaign was basically like, if you guys loved 8 years of Obama, and people were like, we actually didn't, it was kind of tough on us. And she was like, well, then you're going to love 4 years of Hillary. And everyone was like, no, we kind of want something different.
Yeah.
And she was like, shut up.
Democrats are they are embarrassing, and they are the establishment, and Republicans are just fucking spineless. And I mean, they're all the same. They're all one and the same to me. Obviously, there are differences between party lines, and Republicans adhere to certain quote unquote principles, and Democrats have theirs. But at the end of the day, it's all the same fucking cookie, and it's just a moldy, shitty cookie.
I mean,
that we all got to take a bite out of.
Yeah, they're all...
How'd you like that analogy? You see, politics are like a cookie.
Well, Nina Turner famously got in trouble because she went on... she got interviewed, and she was asked if she was going to vote for Joe Biden over Donald Trump, and she said something like, I don't know, it's like, they both seem like two bowls of shit that you're making me eat.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't trust any of them anymore. I mean, I feel like they're all, like, when I say they, I mean the ones in charge right now, the Democrats, act like, oh yeah, everyone loves us and supports us and everything's fine and we're doing a great job. And it's like, no, we all know that you guys are just, it's the same shit. And
well, what they've done is, because look, everyone knows they both serve corporate interests. But what the Democrats have done to be like, here's how we can distinguish themselves, is they've taken up those like social causes, right? So it's like, you know, the yard sign people in this house.
Oh, yeah.
We believe love is love.
Yes.
We trust the science.
Yeah.
We fucking, what else do they say? Like,
just all that shit.
Right. But you know what's not on there?
What?
Any sort of economic message, any sort of like support for labor, any sort of, there's nothing on there about.
They're empty posture. What is it? Posturing? No.
Yeah.
Principles? No. Some word I'm not. Someone help me out in the comments. I don't
Posturing.
know. No, but there's a word for it, like statements or.
But yeah, I love those signs just in front of a big fucking house. Like,
hey everybody, look, we're on the right side of things. Yeah, fuck yeah. Okay, I mean us too, but chill out.
Us too, but
us too. He did say that he's looking into canceling student debt, and everybody. Oh wait, but not according to friend of the show.
Okay, wait. I forgot to tell you about this.
What?
So Here, can we click the link for the Biden looking into? So this, I think you sent this to me.
Yeah,
Justin, President Biden just told a group of lawmakers he is looking at different options to forgive most, if not all, federal student loan per CBS News. I think it was at a Latino House Democrats. And this is from No Lie with Brian Taylor Cohen. You sent it to me. I was thrilled, stoked.
Yes.
Oh my God, could it actually be happening?
Hell
Sent it to multiple people. But when we did our little student loan episode, remember the guy we were making fun of from Forbes magazine?
Yeah.
Zach Friedman?
Yes.
Well, I was Googling around to find out like what the word is on all this. And my God, Forbes, this guy's whole job is to just like poo-poo.
Yeah.
No, Biden is not canceling most student loan debt. And I was like, maybe this is an old article, and it's not. It came out April 27th. This guy, he's got a whole department at Forbes.
I mean, there's a whole contingency of people out there who have had student loans and paid them off. They're mostly like they're like younger boomers, Gen Xers, who are so against it.
Look at all of his articles.
Yeah. His whole thing is student loans. It's interesting because I'm blessed to not have any student loans. I went to a cheap college and my grandma paid for it, and so did my parents. But
it would change my life if he did it.
Yeah.
I'm coming in here. I'm wearing a tuxedo. If he cancels them, the next episode,
Listen, if they want to cancel student loan debt, why don't they just dig up some of student loan debt's old tweets?
Very good. Very good.
Thank you.
I'll take that. I'll take that monthly payment, and I'll march my ass down to get a nice tuxedo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I won't talk shit about Joe Biden anymore. Well, for like a month.
There will be some more.
There will be a Joe Biden moratorium.
He'll say that he's going to do it and then say it'll be a flub. Kind of like the, I keep spinning all over my face.
I cannot imagine him pulling this off. He's such a, wait, this reminds me. I want to watch just like 10 to 15 seconds of this video of, look under his waning youth support, this video of Biden. Someone posted it, I think it's got to be from like 20 years ago because I think it's in the lead up to them going to war in the Middle East. And I don't even know what he's talking about because I cannot pay attention. It's just wild to hear him talk.
When he was younger?
Yeah, just a complete different guy. Yeah. And they've been telling us like, no, he's always been like this.
Yeah.
Just listen to like.
Okay.
I respectfully suggest they have a responsibility slightly above your pay grade. Slightly above your pay grade. To decide whether or not to take the nation to war.
Totally different guy.
Yeah.
Or to take the nation to war partway. Or to take the nation to war halfway. That's a real tough decision. That's why they get paid the big.
We can stop.
Yeah, he's
being kind of a smarmy prick there.
He is for sure an establishment politician. Like,
oh, dude.
God damn.
The amount of things he has been behind that when they were trying to sell him after the collapse of every other presidential campaign, like, I mean, the amount of times he's tried to cut social programs, the 1993 crime bill, they used to call him the senator from MBNA instead of the senator from Delaware because he was MBNA was the they own Bank of America now. They're the huge. They used to call him the senator from MBNA because he was from Delaware, where all those corporations are located, and everyone was like, he's only out to serve his corporate interests. Hey guys, we want to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode,
Masterworks.
While record inflation rages on and some people are riding horses to work, how are your finances doing? I mean, at 5%, inflation was transitory. At 6%, it was a problem. At 8.4%, it's a record high.
That's right, Emil. Now Bloomberg forecasts the Fed's going to be raising interest rates at the fastest rate in 30 years. No wonder Elon Musk, on his path to becoming the first trillionaire, recommends investing in physical assets. Real estate, gold, and art could all appreciate in value despite the stock market dipping.
Take art, for example.
Okay.
Steve Cohen, Oprah, and Jeff Bezos all invested millions of dollars in art. And there's a good reason. From 1995 to 2021, contemporary art prices outpaced the S&P 500 by a whopping 164%. But it's obvious. No ordinary person has millions of dollars to invest in a Picasso painting.
That's why Masterworks.io helps people like you and me to invest in artworks affordably. It's a genius idea. I think it's really worth a look as a potential defense against inflation. Visit Masterworks.io/Trill and you can skip their wait list. That's right. Masterworks.io/Trill and you get to skip the wait list because we're just that cool. So see important Regulation A disclosures at Masterworks.io/CD. That's Masterworks.io/TRILL. Isn't it wild that Delaware is a place that exists? How often do you think of Delaware? How often do you meet someone from Delaware?
But how often do you think of any state?
Often.
I'll give you a state. You tell me how much you think about it.
Okay.
Iowa.
Sometimes.
You think about Iowa sometimes.
Well, yeah.
Why?
Potatoes and farming and shit. And it's
I think
out
you're
there.
thinking
It's
of
the
corn.
Middle America. Corn is what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Illinois.
Chicago.
Outside of Chicago.
All the time. I was just thinking of Illinois the other day.
You were just thinking
Oh, yeah. I was like, damn, man. They're so awesome.
Minnesota.
Oh, yeah. The Timberwolves? That's a basketball team. It's cold there. It's shaped like an anvil. What else you got? Come on, son.
Hold on.
I'll give you one.
Oh, no.
Rhode Island.
No.
I was like, damn, that place is
Rhode Island?
teeny weeny.
So is Delaware.
Yeah, but Rhode Island is like an island.
Wait, I got one for you.
Okay.
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire? Sure. Yeah, it's right up there. It's right next to Massachusetts.
I will say I'm trying to get you,
Mm-hmm.
but as I'm saying them, I'm like, I probably do think about them more than Delaware.
Yeah, because Delaware fucking sucks. You know what? I'm just going to say it. Delaware sucks.
Have you ever been?
No.
I've been.
Why would I go there? What's in Delaware?
Dewey Beach.
Really? Is that real? Is that real?
Dewey Beach, Delaware.
Come on. Come
It's-
on. Come on.
There's also University of Delaware. A
Sounds
fun,
like a scam.
a fun little hippie town
Uh-huh.
called Newark instead of Newark.
How do you know so much about Delaware? What the fuck? You
Buddy.
just listed 3 things about Delaware, a state that you admittedly never think about.
I think every American in their private time should be
start a
researching
company?
states.
Oh, okay.
It is your American duty to, if someone says a state to you, you should be able to name at least 3 things about it.
Okay, name 3 things about New Mexico.
New Mexico. They've got Santa Fe. Great little town.
Okay, that's one thing.
Near it, Taos. Very nice little nature town.
Uh-huh.
They've got skiing in the winter.
Okay, that's 3 things. You passed. All right, let's get... we're killing time here. Let's go on. Delaware sucks. Sorry.
I won't subscribe to that.
Sorry, Delaware's probably fine. Delaware rocks, in fact. I'd like to change my position on Delaware. Delaware rocks. Tech earnings are fucking happening right now. Amazon's
Things are fucking happening.
Mr. Bezos is probably going to be. I don't know if he's going to be happy or sad because at the end of this recording, they will be reporting earnings. We don't know what they are going to be yet, so they're probably good or probably bad. We really don't know. Apple too is going to be reporting. Google reported. They were down big. They had weaker than expected YouTube ad revenue, apparently.
Don't blame us.
Yeah, I sit through that thing the whole time. I go, Google needs their money.
When it's our show, we click the links and we do all this stuff.
Yeah, we do everything possible to get every last milk and every last little cent. Microsoft beat all around. They had good cloud numbers because everything's in the fucking cloud. They were up.
I never think about Microsoft.
Right? But they're
I know
like,
it's
they're still a monolith.
right.
It's insane. This cloud shit. It just
And-
came from nowhere. They just a few years ago, everybody's like, "Oh, let's build cloud," and then, boom, multi-billion-dollar industry out of nothing, out of thin air, out of cloud air.
Literally.
Theirs is called Azure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Spotify was another big one. They beat on revenues and their subs were up, but apparently their ad revenue was down, so the stock was down. But it's already been beat to shit. I believe it's now at all-time lows. It was hanging around like 95. I put on a put spread on it. I bought the 105 put and I sold the 95 against it, and I don't know, did okay, but
You're doing okay.
I sold it too early. Facebook, aka Meta, was up because they had a bounce back in their daily active users, which is surprising. I wonder how much of that is attributed to Instagram. And I wonder when we're
them gaining more from Instagram.
I wonder how many of their daily active users is attributed.
It's got to
Instagram.
be.
It's got to be like 80%.
Facebook is unusable.
I know, it's terrible.
There seems to be zero moderation on anything. Because the one thing I actually used to like it for.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what it is?
Birthdays.
No.
Oh. What?
Marketplace.
Oh,
it was actually a pretty great way to find, like, if you don't want to. Because
hello, is this item still available?
Right. But even that, it's taken over by
bots.
Not bots, but like traditional retailers.
Oh.
And I'm like, how the fuck do I filter out?
Yeah.
I want a guy who's in Silver Lake. I want to drive up to his nice house and buy his trash from him. You know what I mean?
I want to go in bar. I just want to send people
go to
messages.
A rich guy's house.
Yeah.
And he's getting a new dining table, and I can have his old shitty one, which is still nice for me.
Sure. I want to communicate solely via the suggested text that you send, like the click, hi, is this item still available? Yes, I'm still here. Yes, I'm still interested. Great. Would you accept?
I sold a bed once.
Yeah? Gross.
Oh, a bed frame.
Less gross.
And literally, it was a full, and just every message was, is it a queen? Is it a queen? Is it a queen? Or I'm looking for a queen. I'm looking for a queen. And I...
Cool. Good luck.
Yeah. But then I took screenshots of all the I'm looking for a queen, and I never actually did it, but I just put them all together, and I was going to be like, aren't we all?
Funny.
Thanks. You love to describe something you kept in drafts.
Yeah. But that sounds like a good draft. You should have posted that.
Thanks.
If you still have it, I suggest doing it. You know who? Fuck, dude. This one was interesting, and I tried to play the bounce a little bit this morning before coming in. Teladoc. You remember Teladoc?
Is that the doctor's appointments online?
Yes.
Okay.
It was like, I think it was like over $300 a share during the height of COVID, and this morning it traded down to $30. $30 fucking dollars a share on earnings. And they had, okay, so this is an interesting thing that you don't come across often. They had what's called a one-time goodwill impairment charge of over $40 per share, like $6 billion of a write-down. So do you know what a goodwill thing is? So when companies merge or you're being bought, you buy a company at a premium, part of the reason you pay for the premium on top of just what the assets, say you buy a company for $5 billion.
Okay, I buy a company for $5 billion.
They've got $4 billion in assets. So what is that extra billion that you're paying for? This is a very simple case of it, but that would be called the goodwill, which is like the brand name is worth $1 billion on top of the assets that you've already got. And sometimes with the passage of time, whatever asset you acquired might have gone down in value, especially if the brand name isn't as worth
I shouldn't
anything
have paid so
anymore.
much for the goodwill.
I know, you shouldn't have paid.
Fuck. Are we doing take-backsies on the goodwill?
Sorry. It's a done deal. But I don't know what company they bought. It might have been a diabetes company. I know that they bought,
like making diabetes or fixing it.
Yeah, I'll have to check.
Okay.
But I think
because honestly, if they bought a making diabetes company, I would say bad move.
You guys, you bought the company that makes diabetes?
Unless, look,
yeah,
I'm not a business whiz, but maybe there is a play here where Teladoc is like, we need more patients, so we need to push out more diabetes. I wouldn't put it past corporate America.
I would not put it past corporate America to give people diabetes and twist it in a way that, well, actually, it's better for some people to be given the good diabetes than wait to get the bad diabetes.
Do you think there's a cure for cancer, but they won't do it because of all the healthcare revenue?
Buddy, that's a great question. I don't think so.
That would be
because if that were the case, they wouldn't have told. They would have. By now, smoking would have been like, "Oh, keep doing it. It's great." You know?
No, come on.
Well, yeah.
All for smoking?
Yeah. Think of how much cancer you can get.
I bet. Think about how much cancer you get. I bet healthcare costs from treating cancer is way more than tobacco sales that you could get from.
Sure. I'm sure that they would find a way to make up for it, though, if they were to come out with a cure for cancer. Because then everybody could do their generics or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Who knows?
It would fuck us up, man. We'd never die. Sorry, keep going.
That's true. Well, so Teladoc had a big one-time impairment charge for a mark. They had to draw down some goodwill for whatever they acquired. I can't remember. I think it was a diabetes company. Takes away diabetes.
Not me.
Doesn't make it. It's the good kind of diabetes company. Speaking of diabetes companies,
Yes.
I wanted to buy shares in. Some of you diabetics out there are very likely familiar with Dexcom. Do you know
Dexcom.
Do you even know what Dexcom is? You ever
No.
heard of it? Exactly. It's like an $80 billion company, or maybe $40 billion. I can't remember. But they make the little like permanent patch.
Is it? Does it almost look like there's like a liquid under it?
I think so. Yeah.
I've seen people with it on, and I
I've
don't
seen
know what
people
it is.
like there's a large contingent of people who post videos of them installing it, and it looks so fucking painful.
Oh, there's like a needle under it.
Oh yeah, because it's permanently like stuck to your skin.
I'm not good with needles.
Yeah, me either. Ugh, I would die if I was a diabetic. I'd be like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna stop.
Oh yeah.
I think I can't do that. No. Oh, I gotta inject myself or prick myself? No.
My dad he had like a surgery or whatever, and where it was basically like you could drive here every day and have us shoot you, or we could show you how to inject yourself with it.
Does he still have to do it?
I don't think anymore, but I was like, I would die.
Yeah,
there is no way I could stick a needle in myself.
No way. Oh, God. The things that I wouldn't be able to do if my life depended on it. But so here's the thing. A lot of, wow, I'm like, whoa. Well, because Kathy Wood had a big position in Teladoc, and she's just getting fucking annihilated. All these growth stocks that were up huge in 2020 are now just getting murked. They're just getting taken to the woodshed. Spotify, Shopify, Carvana was a big one.
We do have to send our condolences to Robinhood.
Yes, they had to lay off like 9% of their workforce. Terrible.
And that had nothing to do with us. Don't try to pin it on us, Vlad.
Vlad, get the fuck out of here. But like Carvana, for example, was fucking soaring. And now, this week, they couldn't even they couldn't unload like, I don't know, $1.6 billion worth of like bonds. They couldn't find a buyer for them.
Wow.
Yeah, but then some company called Apollo took it out.
I canceled on them. I was going to sell my car to them.
Yeah, because as it turns out, they're probably not. I mean, it's a good business model, but not enough to sustain whatever lofty valuation they had. Just to go on, Zoom was one, Peloton, sorry, Ryan, Netflix, and then now Teladoc. And I'm missing, I mean, these are all down like anywhere.
There was a bunch of fintech ones too, outside
fintech,
of Robinhood.
Upstart was,
I think Coinbase. A lot of them are just kind of collapsing.
Yeah, because why would you invest money in riskier assets like that, riskier stocks that have a lot more to prove when we might be facing some rough times ahead? I still think the market...
R word?
Recession?
Yeah.
Yeah. I still think the market is headed for some major pain over the next few months. So just... there's nothing you can... If you're an adept trader, maybe you can... you'll agree with me. I don't know. Leave it in the comments. What do you think's going to happen over the next few months? Because I personally think that all of COVID's gains that the stock market enjoyed is about to, much like some of these stocks, might get erased. Or maybe not, because so many of these have already been taken to the woodshed. It's not like they can fall further, but they can. They can.
What will that mean for ordinary people if all that just gets erased?
Like if
a couple of months.
the S&P drops 100 points,
it
would be extremely painful for a lot of people, especially those who are retiring right now.
So it could be a fun couple months.
It could be, but at the same time, bear markets, like, I think that it would be very short-lived. I think that any big drop would immediately get bought right back up. Because there'd be so much money on the sidelines waiting to be deployed that it would just like, oh, cool, now it's over. Before you know it, it's over.
And we would all get stronger, according to Tucker Carlson's new video about men.
Yeah.
Hard times make strong men.
Good times make weak men.
Yeah.
Weak men make strong.
I can't wait for my my hard times transition.
Yeah?
Become so strong. I'll be able to stick myself with the needle after the recession.
We should make stickers that say, hard times make strong men make good times make weak men make pancakes.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
I make pancakes.
I make such good pancakes.
Or hard men make strong times.
Hard men make strong times?
Nah, it doesn't work. Cut it. Fuck. Nope. Cut it. Nope. Thought I had something.
The secret to good pancakes, like all baking, follow the fucking measurements exactly. It's a science.
Yeah, but what do you use? You use Bisquick? Or are you starting from scratch?
I'll use Bisquick, but I add in a little vanilla extract, some lemon juice.
That's not in the directions, my man.
When I say...
No, because you're telling me...
I'm talking about if it says 1 cup, you measure that shit out, you level that mother-fucker off with a butter knife.
You know what I would love to be?
A pancake?
Yes.
Flat on a griddle?
Now that is living.
What would you want to be?
I would love to be able to cook. A real, like someone who knows how to cook, they don't even do any of that. Like when I ask my mom for a recipe or whatever, she's like, shit, I don't know. Like
Yeah,
she's
just
just like,
it. Yeah.
I would
Makes
love
that
to be able to
sound,
do
dude.
that. I'm like a mess. I've got my laptop open on the thing. Every 5 seconds, I'm like, wait, how many was it?
Yeah.
I'd love to be I need a little ratatouille up here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm like, 3 to 5 minutes in the oven?
Or like...
Do 4 minutes and...
Right.
Exactly. I'm going to split the difference. I'm going to be... Yeah, I'm the same way.
And even the recipe will be like, just do it till it's golden brown. And then you're opening, you're like, is that golden brown? I don't fucking know.
Some might say that that's Auburn.
Yeah. But I have people over for dinner and I'm like a mess.
I haven't been over for dinner. What the fuck?
Look, Ben, I've got a life outside
Have
of
me
you, pal.
come over to cook me dinner, please. I'll come over and watch. I'll coach you.
That
does look golden brown to me. That thing's good to take.
Yeah, I do need a second set of eyes. You can be my recipe reader and my color tester.
I got these bananas at home that I am just dying to turn into banana bread, and I should not wait more than today. So that actually reminds me. I need some eggs.
You missed the banana bread boat. We all did that in quarantine.
I don't give a fuck.
No. I made a good one during quarantine. I can probably give it to you.
I found a good recipe. I asked Twitter. They showed up.
Did they?
Yeah.
I did ask Twitter stuff.
I ask Twitter for anything, man. They're knowledgeable. They're good people. You know who got arrested yesterday? Fucking Bill Hwang.
Explain to me what happened.
Okay. So, all right. Can we pull up this first link? It kind of sums it up nicely.
Kind of sums it up nicely.
Oh, fuck. I had a great Twitter thread about it. Basically, he was playing a bunch of different banks, and none of the banks knew that they were being played. He would go to J.P. Morgan and get like $5 billion in leverage, and then he would go across the street to Bank of America and get a bunch of leverage, and he would go to, other Deutsche Bank and get $5 billion. And they all thought, oh, yeah, you're fine. You're going to play around in the stock market? Go buck wild, buddy. And then okay, so.
Wait, just also explain who this guy is.
He is a fund manager for this fund called Archegos. And he was just a nobody guy. He got taken under the wing of a billionaire like in the 90s.
Man, why won't a billionaire take me under his wing?
I'm really hoping somebody takes me under their wing at some point. But so this fund was kind of not single-handedly responsible for some of the stock gains in the market in 2021 and 2020, but they definitely played a role. Like this guy was at the height, they owned huge chunks of a few companies. There was I think they owned 60% of this one Chinese company. I want to say 30% of Viacom, a bunch of Discovery. It was insane. It was really fucking bananas. Because I remember when Viacom was going up and nobody was, it was why is Viacom going up?
What?
It was wild.
Yeah.
And then it just all within 3 days, just fully, the bottom fell out and it just got cut in half. But so he and his ex-CFO, this guy named Patrick Halligan, are being charged with securities fraud, wire fraud, and racketeering. Federal prosecutors allege the men unlawfully manipulated the prices of publicly traded securities. So they're accused of using leverage to inflate their market positions that swelled to $160 billion. That's momentous. That is.
How do they not know it's going to catch up to him?
Well, so check this out. Bill Hwang is a lot like Cathie Wood in that he feels like he's being guided by God.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Here's a good quote from the filing. Indeed, Hwang essentially sidelined his research operation, ignoring their stock price targets in favor of his own outsized stock price targets, which were often orders of magnitude larger than what his research operation had determined on its own, and, unlike his research operation, based on little or no analytical support. Does that sound familiar? Sounds a lot like Cathie Wood to me. They're both extremely religious. I don't think they go to the same church, but he's like...
If you want to be guided by God, please go ahead.
Yeah.
Unless you're ripping people off.
Yeah, then... I don't think he was ripping off banks, for sure.
Actually, rip off banks. That's kind of tight.
Hello! We want to take a quick break to thank another sponsor of today's episode, Shopify. It's the sound of another sale on Shopify, the all-in-one commerce platform to start, run, and grow your business. Shopify is a platform designed for anyone to sell anywhere, giving entrepreneurs like myself the resources that were once reserved only for big business. They're customized for my needs, and with a great-looking online store that brings my idea to life, and tools to manage my day-to-day and drive sales.
Making your idea real opens endless possibilities. It's a journey, but that's the beauty of entrepreneurship. I love how Shopify makes it easy for anyone to successfully run their own business. Shopify powers millions of entrepreneurs just like me from first sale to full scale. And every 28 seconds, a small business owner makes their first sale on Shopify.
That's the ka-ching sound. Get started by building and customizing your online store with no coding or design experience necessary. Access powerful tools to help you find customers, drive sales, and manage your day-to-day. Gain knowledge and confidence with extensive resources to help you succeed. Plus, with 24/7 support, you're never alone. More than a store, Shopify grows with you.
This is Possibility, powered by Shopify. Go to shopify.com/trill, all lowercase, for a free 14-day trial and get full access to Shopify's entire suite of features. Start selling on Shopify today. Go to shopify.com/trill right now. Shopify.com/trill.
So because he was so highly leveraged, all it takes is a little drop in the stock that you are leveraged in, and then it just kind of snowballs from there, to really put it in simple terms. But so he was getting around, I can't remember what, I think it's if you own 5% or more of a company, you have to disclose it in filings. So to get around that, he would go right up to the threshold and then use swaps. He would use like options and shit, basically,
These sneaky little
to
dogs.
buy more. And it was just this whole fucking thing. And then all the banks at once they figured it out, what was happening, and they were all being not played against each other, but it was like, okay, we can all collectively like figure out how to unwind this together, or it's every man for himself. And Goldman Sachs was the first one out the door. They were like, all right, fuck it, bye. and then it just started this waterfall. I think I can't remember who. I think Deutsche lost like $10 billion on it or something. It was
You famously
insane.
hate Deutsche Bank. You don't even consider it a real bank.
Credit Suisse, suffered the most with about $5 billion in losses.
Where do you land on Credit Suisse?
They're neutral. I'm neutral with them. Yeah. Yeah, here, just these two things. He allegedly used derivative securities that do not require public disclosure to hide the size of Archegos's market positions. As a result, investors were unaware Archegos dominated the trading of a few select companies, including Discovery Communications and Viacom CBS. Yeah, so when prices for these stocks fell, they could not meet its margin calls, and the firm's counterparties suffered significant losses. It was just, he lost $20 billion of his own money in like a few days. It's a lot of people. Yeah, God bless him. A lot of people, a lot of like professionals were saying that this is probably the largest loss of someone's money in history.
Wow.
Like a person. Yeah. $20 billion gone. Just fucking poof. Because he fucked up.
Hwang.
Speaking of fucking up, we got to talk about him.
I know. I will say, after this, I don't want to talk about him for at least 3 weeks.
I really don't either. I really fucking don't either.
This is the problem.
Yeah.
He just won't go away.
He just won't go away. There's nothing we can do. There's really nothing we can do.
He won't let us live.
Maybe
I don't want to talk about this fucking guy.
Maybe we should just accept it and lean into it and say that he is good.
He is good.
You know,
daddy.
You know, there's one thing that I will say about him.
Say it.
With all his wealth, it would be one thing if he was like pulling a Bezos and buying a $1.1 billion yacht or like buying an island or mansions. He doesn't do any of that. I will give him that credit. He does not go and flaunt his wealth.
No, he's even worse, dude. He claims to crash at people's houses.
Yeah.
Imagine being the richest man in the world and you're his friend and he knocks on your door. He's like, "Can I crash?" You're like, "Come on, man."
Shut the fuck up.
My kids are sleeping.
Yeah.
It's even worse. At least Jeff Bezos has the, decency to have a home.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw it.
He's also a freeloader?
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
He fucking sucks. Well, of course you saw it because I sent it to you, but and you're on the internet. But last over the weekend, when was it? I don't know, like
it was
Sunday
last
or Monday.
Friday, I think.
It was last
the Bill
Friday?
Gates thing.
Yeah, Bill Gates. Apparently, the text messages got leaked between Bill Gates and Elon Musk. Bill Gates was asking Elon if he would do some philanthropic thing, and Elon's response was, "Are you still short Tesla?" Because, asking if he was still short Tesla stock, because apparently Bill Gates was short Tesla. And Bill Gates said, regrettably, I think I am. And Elon said, well, fuck off.
Then I won't help your little climate project.
Yeah. And
which he said was because if you are shorting Tesla,
therefore
you don't support the most serious company doing anything about climate change.
Yeah. But Elon asked if he still had a $500 million short position on Tesla. $500 million, by the way, which is, let me do the math here. Tesla being $1 trillion company.
It's a small portion.
It's 1,000th. So it's a tiny fucking portion. So, and he said that he hadn't closed it out, so Elon told him to get lost. And Elon, sorry, but I cannot take your philanthropy on climate change seriously when you have a massive short position against Tesla, the company doing the most to solve climate change.
Can you say what you responded to someone's thing on Twitter and I liked it? The thing about the guy
I
talking
said
about how he's so dedicated to climate change and everything?
Yeah, I said if he was really that dedicated to climate change, he'd be doing everything possible to encourage better city planning and
public transportation
and all these
bikeable
things.
cities.
Yeah.
Walking.
No, it's because also Tesla, it's good. Electrification of cars is good.
Sure, but
Obviously.
to be clear, they are not carbon neutral. They I don't think they will release all the information, but they are huge emitters. The whole process of everything that goes into Tesla.
Yeah, because you got to go mine rare earths, cobalt, lithium, nickel.
I think it is better than the internal combustion engine, but it's still
just he's being such a fucking baby. The fact that, first of all, it's not, I highly doubt that Bill Gates is at home on his computer going short $500 million worth. Yeah, $500 million worth of Tesla. Oh, it's his fucking, he's got wealth managers that handle that.
Right.
On
he's
his
busy
behalf.
jumping over chairs, my man.
He's busy. Yes, he's busy riding on the Lolita Express.
Oh,
They
man,
probably
imagine him
rename.
just showing a 15-year-old, do you want to see me jump over the chair? She's like, I want to go home.
Sir, I just need to rub your feet and then I could go home. Sure, but
Jeffrey said if I rub your feet, I get to go home.
how tall are you? About 60 inches? Well, this chair is about 50 inches. So I could leap over you in a single bound, too. As he's taking off his stupid pants
his shoes and
his
socks.
shitty underwear with a little stain in the butt.
But someone said Elon is not saving the planet, he's saving the auto industry.
That's a very astute observation.
Yeah.
It's just being short your company at $1 trillion valuation is taking advantage of a perceived discrepancy in
Ben, I'm not
my
in
brain
there with you.
My brain in here, in my brain.
You look to me like, is that the one?
I'm so fucking tired today.
I'm trying.
I don't know. I apologize to everybody that my brain is just like after this, before we do after hours, I'm getting a cup of coffee because baby, brain is just
my boy
not
gonna
working.
fuel up.
I'm gonna put some gamer fuel in me. but wait. So what if Tesla was worth $20 trillion and someone shorted $1 billion?
Well, then you're not serious about it.
You're not serious
Ben.
about the company. Shut the fuck up. Like, it's just, how fragile is your ego?
Very fragile. Okay, so wait.
Go on. What?
We didn't even tell the big... it's not even news. Everyone knows. What they want us to actually talk about is he went through with it. He bought Twitter.
Oh, yeah, sure.
$44 billion.
Yeah. And what's interesting, well, the offer hasn't been accepted yet.
Yeah.
Or, like, fully, because the...
But I can't imagine the board not accepting it.
Right. What's going to be funny and interesting is Twitter announces their earnings today and after hours. And if it's a nasty reaction and if the stock drops to, say, $35 a share, who knows? It's probably not going to drop that much. But basically, I think Elon at this point is overpaying for it. For as troubled as he says it is, he's overpaying. I think.
I don't think you can really put a price on buying out Twitter. I mean,
he's paying for it.
He's gonna
goodwill.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. There's extra value on that. I mean, that's the thing. I was wondering where you were going with it.
Intangible.
In that he's different than Jeff Bezos, and I was like, in what way? I mean, Jeff Bezos obviously owns the Post, and it's weird. If you're gonna be pissed about this, it's fine, but at least know, because I've seen people on MSNBC calling end of days. Like, well, what happens when Elon decides he doesn't want to do X and it's just scrubbed from Twitter? Mm-hmm. Like, you're going to have a billionaire, and it's like, my man, you're owned by Comcast. You don't have journalistic freedom or integrity. It's very odd watching I mean, I included a link just because I got curious and I was looking for it. There's a little Harvard did a study through and they just gathered all of basically every major news outlet and who they're owned by. And it's just everywhere you look. It's billionaire.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's just, I mean, honestly, it's probably why you've seen a huge success in stuff like podcasts in independent media. I think,
Substack.
Substacks. They love to like shit on Joe Rogan, but I think people feel like, and I'm talking like corporate media. I think corporate media takes aim at Joe Rogan a lot. I mean, he's this like huge, I don't even know how many listeners he gets. It's
millions.
It's crazy. I think it freaks them out, right?
Of course it does.
Oh no, they're not listening to us anymore. They don't want to. I mean, why would you want your news from a fucking billionaire?
Yeah. I think what's weirdest about this whole thing is in the culture war that we are now fully knee-deep in, I would say waist-deep at this point, everybody's picking sides. It's like, okay, there's the hard line, right and left, and the right has fully claimed Elon. And part of the reason why they're praising him so much with this is because it triggers libs and it pisses off liberals. And I want to watch this TikTok, the People Love Elon TikTok, because it's just the weirdest thing to be so loving of Elon Musk. Can we play that TikTok?
Of course.
This message is for Elon Musk. We love you, Elon.
Oh, wait, is he joking?
No,
this is a joke.
Hey, Elon Musk, I have to say, I'm number one man, rich man in the world. Thank you.
Hey, Elon Musk, if you win the electric cars, I could use the charge. Shock treatments is always worked on me.
Wait, what?
Hey, Elon Musk, I love
Ben, what is
you
this?
and your money.
So
that's a joke.
I don't think that's a
Dude,
joke, buddy.
what?
Do any of those people look like they were joking? Do they look like they...
What the fuck was that?
That was people who love Elon Musk. Because they...
But why was it all...
Because they don't understand...
You just broke my brain.
I know. My brain has been broken. Welcome.
I don't think that was real.
That was 100% real.
Why did they do that?
I love Elon Musk. I love your money. They think he's, Oh yeah,
world's richest man, Elon Musk, says he's homeless and rotates among friends' houses.
But this is great. This is a screenshot from Facebook. This headline from the Independent: World's richest man, Elon Musk, says he's homeless and rotates. Yeah, like you just said. But then this comment from this guy it just sums it up. The most significant human on Earth in 1,000 years. I would give him my house if he wanted it. I would be honored. Fuck. What is happening?
If you have under $100 million, I feel like you should want to kill this guy. He's on track to become a trillionaire.
Like, what is he gonna give you that makes you love him so fucking much? What do you think you're gonna get?
I bet a lot of these people can't even afford a Tesla.
Of course they can't. That guy, I could barely understand him.
Wait.
I think he said something about if you win the election, which is, first of all, what? And second, he said, I will afford my something treatment.
Did you see the thing about Elon basically advocating for indentured servitude for people to go to the moon, to go to Mars?
No, but that tracks.
He basically advocated for, God, I wish I pulled it for this.
I'm sure that's what it was.
Yeah, he was basically like, everyone will be able to go to Mars. We can have programs where if you can't afford it, there's you can go and work, and you can slowly pay off your debt for travel. And it's like, whoa, we're going so backwards.
Yeah, okay, so I know we got to wrap up. So we got to wrap up. We also are trying to keep our free episodes, the
don't
length.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but
you don't have to publicly tell anyone.
But I want people to know that we're not trying to
look, the main episodes are always going to be 60 to 90 minutes. That's how they always were.
Yes.
That's it.
Hell yes. The problem is that we have a very tight turnaround, and we have a team here.
You don't have to explain yourself.
Well, I want people to know.
But you're wasting time, and I'd rather talk about
Okay, yeah,
Twitter.
you're right. Okay, you want to talk about Twitter?
We don't have to fucking explain to everyone how logistics
I just
work.
want people to understand that there's a lot of moving parts here, and it's gonna fucking.
All right, fine. Explain it to them. There's so much to talk about.
So what happens is no, yeah, you're right. We do. Okay, we should wrap it up though.
Jesus Christ.
I gotta go check on the dog. I gotta pee. I gotta get my fucking coffee.
We barely even scratched the surface of Twitter.
What else do you want to say about Twitter?
Forget it.
It's a mess. The deal doesn't make sense. He's leveraging a ton of his Tesla stock, potentially.
That's a huge point. If it dips more.
Yeah, and the details are still unknown. Because if it dips more, he
could be on the hook for this loan.
He could get margin called because he's basically saying, hey, here's all my Tesla stock, and it's worth X amount of money. I'm going to take out loans against this.
Right. But I think he only took half of it out on loans.
Yeah, he didn't take out he took out over $10 billion. Is being speculated.
Although I gotta say,
what?
Whenever you're like, oh, Elon has all this money, why can't he solve X problem? Everyone's like, it's not liquid.
Yeah,
he seems pretty liquid right now.
Well, you can take out loans against it. But what's frustrating, and this is the last thing I'll say, I fucking bought put options against Tesla for this week, and this is why you always stick to your plan because I made I don't remember a few $1,000s. If I had held on. Like my plan was originally to hold on until at least the end of this week, I'd be up $25,000.
That is lunch money, my man.
No lunch today, pal.
No lunch today.
No lunch today. We're eating fruit roll-ups for lunch.
I hate fruit roll-ups.
I love them. Give me that shit by the foot, in fact. Okay. Anyway, stay tuned for After Hours.
We're going into After Hours. We got all kinds of fun stuff planned. We are going to...
Party.
It really is going to be a party in there. It is a party.
We got clips.
It's
We're going to
fun.
watch some TikToks.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Tons of fun clips. We got Marjorie Taylor Greene clips. We got Ben's got an insane TikTok he wants to show me. He won't even fucking show me. Yeah. We're going to talk about Barack and Michelle Obama losing their Spotify deal. It's going to be fun. Get in there.
Anyway, we love you very much. Thank you so much for watching.
All right, bye.
And listening. Goodbye.